we implement this 4-stage process, right? We believe in that first stage, you have to produce these 1-minute videos because they trust you, you have the knowledge, all of this. We think video is the best thing because video can be transcribed, video can be turned into images, we can pull the, all that. We can't go the reverse. We have to start with video. After that, we can do. So then the processing is when we chop up the videos, we edit in a certain way, to get it ready to then be posted. Hey, Jacob.
Morning, buddy. How are you?
Morning over here.
Oh, yeah, it's barely morning here. I guess it's not morning now.
It's always morning somewhere.
You get my hair cut.
At least you have hair.
I worked out yesterday. I mentioned on Facebook, but yesterday was the first time in a while, and I'm feeling it today, buddy.
Well, it's good. That means you got muscles.
Yeah, working on them.
I saw a little note that Hani was joining us or tried to join an hour ago. So I wonder if oh, there he is.
All right. Nice to meet everyone.
Yeah. Pleasure. And thanks to Randy for introducing us.
So, I was looking at that plan that you sent. That's the one I was interested in. That's the Facebook $1 a day plan. Is that it or?
Yeah, there's a couple different offerings, but you can decide whichever one you think is the best one to start with. And it's like the buffet, try one and then we can keep adding to it as we go. But let's get something successful first.
Yeah, exactly. So, if I understand it correctly, you guys do what? Facebook ads and Google ads or?
We run ads all day. And the point of ads is to amplify what's doing well already. We are not a creative agency. Like I'm not a, creative kind of person. I'm an analytics engineer. I built the analytics at Yahoo 25 years ago. Our whole thing is take the thing that's working well and get more of it. It's that simple.
Okay.
So what you are kicking butt, as you already know, on SEO. Facelift, Tampa, all these related terms, you kick butt. For example, this one, green. We love seeing green. And this is searching in Tampa for facelift from each of these different locations. This is a 5x5 grid. And you're absolutely kicking butt, right?
That's good.
And you already know this, right? So someone's doing SEO for you, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing a great job. So look, if they haven't showed this to you, you need to look at this. Don't go too crazy over the data, but you absolutely need to look at this data and understand the basics.
Okay.
All these combinations of Tampa, facelift, this and that. Granted, keyword difficulty of 2 out of 100, it's not very difficult, but you're doing well here. It's medium volume. For a local business, this is what we expect. We work with a lot of med spas, lipo, so we understand. And now you're starting to move up on hair transplant.
Yeah, that's a new service we're starting to offer.
Yeah, and you sort of have location service pages because under surgical, you have other things, lip lift, chin implant, neck liposuction. And so you're not ranking on these other things yet. You don't have any, you have the service pages, but you don't have location service pages, or you're trying to bake them in by saying Tampa this. And I can understand what your SEO guy was doing.
Okay.
He's thinking Tampa is probably a smaller market. It's not Miami.
No, it's not.
So just going for Tampa as a single geo. And forgive me if I'm getting too geeky. So I'm basically complimenting your SEO guy. I think he's doing great. Of course, there's other things he can do that are to improve upon what he's already started with. What he started with is great.
Do you guys do SEO or
no? Okay, so my job at the search engine was to protect the search results. And a lot of the people that went to Google started on my team. And then Google IPO'd and they made lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
Just a shame. There's probably 50 billionaires I can count that went to Google. I stayed at Yahoo. I made some money. I didn't make that kind of money. If I went to Google, I would have made more. But anyway, that's why we're looking at Google results, right? So
absolutely, yeah.
Every time we do this, it burns me. But let me tell you how I look at it.
Okay.
So we are the search engine wants to deliver the best result and not be tricked by people that call themselves SEOs, just like people that call themselves MBAs. But we believe that you can't do SEO. What you do is you create content. What you do is you build relationships and you have good reviews. What you do is that you build a great reputation, right? These are all these things that you can do. You have great customers that talk about you, get referrals, right?
Yeah.
And you put out great information.
Yep. And
these are all things that you do. And the result of doing all these things is you build a reputation, and that helps you with SEO. Now, there are ways like what your guy's doing that are sort of what's called gray hat.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the email.
Yeah. So, okay. So I see something like this now, I use lots of different tools. So don't worry about like we switch back and forth between lots of different tools, right?
Yeah.
So you have a really low domain rating, meaning you haven't developed a lot of trust with the search engines. Trust comes from links. Think of all these different web pages that link to you as passing a certain amount of juice. These 6,200 links from 115 domains, some of them pass a little juice. Most of them pass a little juice. Like if you get quoted in the local newspaper, if you're on TV, if you donate to a nonprofit or whatever, and they link to you, those are high trust, right? And we as a search engine would see that as something that's very hard for a spammer to fake, because we're always assuming everyone's a spammer. You're guilty until proven innocent. So I look at these links, and you see these ones here, like here on this random page, on this photography, whatever, blog something, NFT, there's a link to microneedling here by hyperlinking on the blue link, blue text on microneedling, hair transplant Tampa. Okay. You see this one? So this is some random site, and your SEO guy, we'll give you the recording. He'll want to argue, and I'll just say in advance, yes, it is true that buying links on low authority sites does generally still work, but Google's cracking down on it because of all the different updates, and we can talk about that. So this site, for example, has got all kinds of random blogs that you can auto-generate, which is what your guy's doing. So here, see, like, I don't even know what buccal fat removal is, but you can see this. This is a link to you.
Yeah.
And it's from business.go.tz message board. So this guy is loading, he's using software or VAs to load up all these random blogs and message boards with links to you. Tanzania National Business Portal. Okay.
Funny.
And this site has a lot of authority. It's 55, right? But this page has no authority because there's no reason to ever show these pages. As you can imagine, look at this. Does Tatalo 10 milligram have a long-lasting effect? RE test, homework assignment, help, whatever. Like all these fun ideas to complete your homework on time. Like the master the art of intimacy with SendForce Professional 100 milligrams. Auto clicker CS WordPress. Do you, Hani, want to be associated with all these random ass?
That's funny.
Look, we can just go to this one, like this forum.anomaly the game. All right, you see this where these people are supposedly talking about playing some kind of video game, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a economy drain, off the grid power systems, like
How do they find
what?
How do they get these blogs? I mean, they just
There's software that does this, and
Some sort of auto generating.
yeah, it's and in the world of SEO, and so your SEO guy will admit, yeah, that's what I'm doing, but it works. It works. Like, yes, it works. But okay, so me as a search engine with a team of engineers that are trying to protect search results, just look at it from my point. When you're on a low competition, these are low competition terms that are keyword difficulty like 2 or
Yeah.
1 or whatnot. Well, look at these keywords. There's so little content on Tampa rhinoplasty that we're like, well, I mean, it's a bunch of low forum spam, forum and comment spam, which is what's going on here. So, I mean, it's like winning third place in a beauty contest when there's like only 3 or 4 contestants, and because it's not Miami. So we can see like, here's Plastic Surgeon Tampa, and you're doing okay. It's slightly more competitive than Facelift. And, here's some of the other guys, right? But they're not doing very well either, because there's just so the fact that you are driving some signal is why you are ranking. It's not because your guy is like really good at SEO. He's competing in JV, right? We like to compete on the more competitive terms, but we understand local is really just a game of little league that's multiplied thousands of times. So, we have lots of med spa, lipo, doctor. I mean, just all different, and so they're niche areas, but they only have to win in their city. If you're in New York City, you'd never be able to get away with this. Manhattan, you never be able to get away with this, but you can because you're in Tampa. And then nothing, not to piss on Tampa. I was in Tampa, whatever, like 3 weeks ago. But the main point is your SEO is working well, right? That's the best thing you got, like we talked about. It came from comment and forum spam. It's undeniable.
Okay.
But the other things aren't doing too well, like your ads, your social media, your analytics. The website doesn't load so fast. There's a lot of other things that are reasonably easy to fix. You can extend your SEO too, because your stuff is coming from these low competition terms, which are good. You could actually do it legitimately. So if you were to legitimately do SEO, you would make a bunch of 1-minute videos, and this is our process. You make 1 minute videos answering these questions, like, what do I need to know about a facelift, and talking about your experience. And I'd even ask you, of the people that come in, what percent of them have Googled you before they come in?
The vast majority.
They do. And so when they Google you, K-N-I-R-A-Y-E-S-S, I
Correct. Yeah.
represented California in National Spelling Bee in 1988 in Washington, D.C. So when I say the word, you spell it, and you say the word. That's what happens. One of the scariest experiences of my life. I made it to the quarterfinals. I didn't win, which also burns me. But I was the best speller in the state of California that year. So there's that. And I didn't speak English.
It does not surprise me.
It says,
Okay, so they're Googling you. And of course, the first thing that shows up is your GMB,
yeah.
right? Which is great. But you haven't filled out your GMB.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where's your products and services? Where's the Q&A? Your reviews are okay, but your review frequency is low. You don't have a lot of recent reviews. So there's what you can do here.
Yeah.
These are all like obvious things. And as part of your GMB, think of it this way. So your GMB is kind of tied to your listings, like your footprint.
Yeah.
Who is Hani Reyes? Well, it's called on Yelp your name. On Facebook, it's called this. So the name is different and the phone number is listed differently. And so when this information is not listed the same everywhere, that is not good.
I see. Yeah, even those minor variations,
Yeah. And then it's ridiculous, but you need to do it. You got to claim all your social profiles. It doesn't mean you have to be on TikTok and Twitter and all, but we just need to have that there, linking it back correctly so that when people search on your name, you get all of these things here. And as a knowledge panel. So a knowledge panel is when these things show up. So they ask, like, who's the CEO of Blitzmetrics? They ask, what's the content factory? What is Blitzmetrics? I don't know why they put Converse in here. It's because Nike owned Converse for a while, and we had Nike as a client, which is great. Got free shoes. So you want these other things to be showing up for you, and then you want all of these videos and stories and whatnot to be showing up as well, right?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
But what you do is I'm sure there's 20 super common questions about getting a facelift in Tampa. And so people who ask questions about facelifts in Tampa, these are the questions there. You see this here? This is in plain sight. People also ask, you see this, right? You can do this too when you Google. This is not like something I have access to that you don't.
Yeah.
So people who are looking for a facelift in Tampa, this is what Google's telling us. So what you do, Hani, is you make 1-minute videos answering this question. And it's the same questions every single time, right?
So do you think the video is better? I tried to do that when I wrote the content for the website, but I think it'd be better to do a video as opposed to text content.
No, you do both.
Okay.
So, yeah, with the embedded YouTube video, you boost it using our $1 technique. Plus, cross post it to Facebook and Twitter and all that, right? And you can see, like, people are asking these questions.
Yeah.
So you're not there because your SEO technique is. And I totally get why people that do SEO, because it's easy to just buy a bunch of fake links using all these different tools instead of having to do the legitimate thing, which is like actually creating content, actually creating the links, actually having high authority sites to link from. So we're not saying don't do what your guy is doing. We're saying you can keep that, but we recommend, in addition, doing it legitimately. Because if we were to do what your guy was doing, we would get crucified because I'm one of the top known people in the world of SEO. So if anyone audited, and you see how easy it is to audit, right?
Yeah.
Anyone were to audit me or any of our clients, they'd instantly see this, and then it would go nuts in the forums and say, look what Dennis Yu is doing, and look at what these guys are like. We cannot do what your guy is doing.
Yeah.
So we're handcuffed in a way, but it's a good thing because we can't do anything that's not legit.
So, just to summarize, so if I do these 1-minute videos answering these questions, post them on YouTube and met the YouTube video on the website, and then cross post to Facebook, Instagram.
We're known for the $1 technique. We spent $1 billion of other people's money doing it. But that can only happen when that content lives in multiple places. Stage 3, when it's been processed so it can live appropriately, and then when you produce it. So it all starts with you producing it, and then we do everything that we do, right? And unfortunately, AI is not to the point where we can. I mean, we can AI generate your face and all that, and have you sort of say the words, but it's not as good as you just saying it. Maybe in a year, you won't have to make the videos, but
for now, I got to talk.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah. And yes, we have a lot of AI tools that we work with because the CEOs of these companies love to let us, they want to get our opinion. So we get to play with these tools that basically do deep faking. I can even show you how it works and it's cool. But I think that you should just you should actually answer these questions.
No, that's a good idea, man. I'm 100% down to do that. I
Yeah.
started doing a little bit of videos that I'm posting out, but so I mean, in terms of the video production, like I would shoot it. I mean, what do you recommend to shoot the videos?
I recommend vertical video, cell phone, walk and talk in the office, interviewing patients, talking to the other staff that you have,
So just a
being
vertical.
in
Okay.
downtown Tampa, like your favorite restaurant, like all these little sorts of things so that these women get a sense of who you are. It's just like, oh, they feel like they know you because they see these things that aren't only about, facelifts, right?
And would these be like posts then as opposed to
Okay, so posting is here in stage 3. We're talking about producing the raw content.
Okay, yeah.
Because then it can be turned. You're not making it for Facebook or YouTube. You're making it, and then it's going to be used everywhere. You see what I'm saying? The content production in stage 1 is independent of where it lives.
Okay, that's good to know. So then, what do you guys need? Do you need like the raw footage? Do you need edited video content?
We just need access to the footage, and we create a Google Drive for you, and you can upload everything in there. Or if you want to and do what I recommend, and not all docs will do this because they don't want to make the videos or whatever. But if you pay $10 a month for Google Photos and pay $10 a month for the iCloud, the Apple, if you have an iPhone, then everything here is automatically going to be stored and our team can just grab it. So this is off of my phone, right?
Okay.
And you can see I'm making videos along the way.
There you were.
I was in Tampa. Yeah. And I took a selfie. And you see here on the right side, this was July 16th on iPhone 14. And it was right here, Sparkman Wharf.
That's a nice area. Yeah.
Yeah, this up and coming thing. Like that's cool. Like who's some like billionaire guy like built that whole thing up with a hotel and restaurants. Yeah.
There's a bunch of them down there now.
So all of this information is automatically tagged and organized. I didn't upload this as Tampa. I didn't upload this as whatever, right? Like name any city or name of an activity or name a food.
You guys are in Miami for your Miami conference.
Miami. All right. So then there's all these things related to Miami in different parts of Miami and Brickell and South Beach and all these different areas. So
yeah,
we asked Google, okay, what about Miami? And you could even be more specific. You could say steak in Miami, and Google looks across everything for every time I've had steak in Miami, right?
So it's way easier to search this than Google Drive.
Yeah, you see, like here, this is another conference. I speak at a lot of conferences in Miami for some reason, a lot in Miami.
A lot of conferences like to be in Miami.
Yeah, this was just whatever, a week and a half ago, right? In Miami. And here's me and another 8-figure agency owner that I coach with my book, and I'm with his book. And there's all these things. This is a conference we were at before, DigimarCon. Randy was at, right?
Yeah, I've seen the bags from it.
Yeah. So you can see there's lots of things in Miami. We're making lots of videos in Miami. We're talking about stuff in Miami. So if you just put it, to answer your question, if you just put it on your phone and you give us access to the Google photo, you don't have to do anything.
Okay.
But a lot of docs they're old fashioned, and I'm fine with it. They can just give us access to a folder, but then you have to deal with the whole like uploading and tagging and that sort of thing, which
that's fine. I mean,
that's good. If you have an assistant to do that, that's cool too. Sometimes you just hand it off to someone else who's, there to help you do that. Usually like a young adult or this girl or something like that. But whatever it is, you give us access to this, then our team's going to be able to process. Yeah.
Oh, that looks good. I mean, I use Google for my business anyway. Google Drive. So.
Good. Yeah. See.
Will you overview just real quick? Could you show them the Ahrefs, the SERP features little thing? I just wanted to touch base because I remember you had a question about the people also ask things.
Oh, when we were doing searches. Let's see here. Yeah.
You can go back to or if you go to the Ahrefs and then go to just to where highlight over one of the SERP features, how it populates like
SERP features. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is like what Dennis was mentioning whenever he was talking about those 1-minute videos. These are the kind of things that you want to touch base on. And like you see, a lot of these don't have videos or different things added to them. We want to add as many of these features as we can because that sends the signals to Google.
So you understand what Jacob's saying with the SERP features? So when you do a search, it's not just ranking in Google Maps. That's the main thing that you're ranking on right now. But we want to rank in videos and Twitter and news. And there's so many areas. Like you'll see Google is starting to release AI-driven search, and see here, like
how did you get that? The generative AI is experimental.
Oh, this one's new. Yeah. This one you have to get access from Google, but I think they should be rolling out in the next week or two to everybody. Yeah. So Google is, you see this, what's the average cost, how much is non-surgical, and what's this type versus that type. Like Google is not just, because AI, ChatGPT and all that, they're not just going to show the 10 blue links anymore, because people want a comprehensive answer. And one of my neighbors that lives half a mile from me, she runs AI for Google. She's got 450 engineers. And so she's in charge of Bard. And this is what they're rolling out. Like what I showed you, like for my name, or where was it?
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a series of panels that have a mix. It is trying to give a consolidated answer. So if Google's trying to, I'll ask you this question, but not rhetorically. If Google's trying to give a consolidated, accurate answer, how likely is your fake link, blog comment, forum spam going to work when that happens?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah. So your stuff's still working for a while.
No, but that's, I mean,
You know what? We thought Google was going to drop the hammer on this like 5 years ago, but it's still persisting where in markets that have low competition. And I asked some friends about this, like, why haven't you stopped this? Because you clearly can see all of it. And they said, because these local business, there's so little signal that anyone who has any signal will just rank.
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking, there's not a lot of people who do what I do in the area.
Yeah.
No, that's good to know. So if I do the videos, you guys will do the SEO for the videos.
So our view is we don't believe that you can do SEO. What you do is you're producing this content, and then when we process it and then push it to all these different places and run ads against it and link to it in a certain way, then the result is that you rank better in search engines.
Okay.
So
right.
we will give you I guess technically, okay, yes, we'll do your SEO, but I just hate saying doing SEO because I worked at the search engines and there's no doing of SEO.
Wasn't there like keywords and I don't know what else they look at?
So that's analytical SEO. That's doing research. That's like building your web pages. That's your website loads too slow. There's all kinds of, technically all that's part of SEO. So we can go through all these other things like what's wrong with your website and why is it load slow, and there's pages that you don't have. So there's other things we do to structure your web page, which your SEO guy would agree, but he would say that there's no content to do it yet, or he hasn't gotten there yet, or whatnot. But
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And you weren't a fan of Weebly in the message you sent, in the email you sent.
That's another thing too. Yeah. So the structure of the site, all this, I can't believe all these things are here. So
there's some maintenance to do.
Yeah. Oh, you put the mobile monkey widget on. Okay, good.
I think, is that the one that catches people who come on the?
It's for chat. Yeah. It's also the same one I'm an owner in that company. So we rebranded from Mobile Monkey to customers.ai.
Okay.
Yeah. So all these schemas is what your SEO guy's doing.
And what's your take on the schemas?
It's good. I mean, a schema is just a way of organizing information on the web page. So schema is saying, okay, this one is a person, this is a video, this is a location, this is a picture, it's schema is just adding metadata information. It's like saying what these different things are on the web page. Weebly is like Wix or GoDaddy Website Builder or these other ones where we could do it. I mean, your guy who's doing forum spam and comment spam and all that stuff, he doesn't care because all he's doing is generating this other sorts of garbage, and he doesn't care what the destination is because all he's doing, because he doesn't want to mess with fixing your website. But I would move the website to WordPress, which then allows us to generate all these different blogs and whatnot. So you have some of these things here, commonly asked deep, plain facelift questions. Is it worth the money? Okay, whatever. Before and afters are obviously very good. That's what drives the conversion once they come. Chemical peels. But let me ask you this, Hani, this one about chemical peels in Tampa. Do you think if we went to ChatGPT, you know how like ChatGPT works, right?
Yeah, I've used it.
Yeah. So we could come here and say, write an article about, facelifts in Tampa, or, it would generate something as good or better than this, right?
Yeah.
So this also is just more spam because and this violates Google standards, even though, let's say technically this is ChatGPT, which takes like 3 seconds to write this article, right? The way to make it legit, which you sort of have a little bit, is that you have to mention your name or your experience or other things that cannot have come from the AI.
Yeah.
Like pictures, and we've been doing this many years, and here you have to see, because like the how information, that's stuff that the AI can do better than we can, right? Because whatever. But embedding stories. So part of the reason we like to have all these things is we can embed these pictures, like this is the Twiggy the squirrel that I in Miami here that I saw water skiing. Like how random is that? A squirrel that's water skiing, teaching safety. Like I can embed this and say that these are some of my favorite things in Miami. And then this is legit because what I'm trying to do is show who I am and show and put things out that the search engine sees this and says, there's no way this is just a bunch of auto-generated AstroTurf garbage.
Yeah.
Because what we could do, and what this guy's starting to do, is put up a whole bunch of fake blogs, and actually there's very few of them. We have a few blogs in the last year or two. What's the difference between a mini facelift and a facelift? Well, you're linking between your stuff, so that's fine. But you need to say a little bit about your experience, or maybe have a little video where you're answering that question, right?
Okay.
Then it sends a signal like this is legit and it wasn't just auto-generated by ChatGPT. But you see the zeros here, they're not showing up for anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. Male neck lift in Tampa. Okay. So what's up with this male neck lift? Well, the website itself has very little trust at an 8, should be like 20 plus. You do rank on these keywords because of all the spam, and it is generating some search traffic. But all these other pages, and your SEO guy knows this too. I'm assuming you'll forward it to him. All of these are zeros, and he might argue that he likes better tools than this, but these are zeros. None of them do anything for you. This is all just like AstroTurf spam everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Because nothing's linking to it. There's no trust. And you're not putting in, okay, you have like a before and after, so that's cool. Let's just see where this came from. Search image with Google. I'm assuming this is yours.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, it is. It's from you. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's from you. Good. So that's a good sign. But we want to put more. Don't put one. Just put more.
Stuff getting consent. You got to get consent to pictures.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I know that's a little weird with the HIPAA laws and things like that with different med spas that we've worked with, but I would say the testimonial and like even the procedure videos, like we had a couple different clients that do like descriptive procedure videos, and they work really well. I feel like they have the most genuine connection to the audience.
Yeah, my favorite one's Dr. Laura. I talked to her yesterday for like an hour.
Dr. Who?
Dr. Adrian Laura.
I haven't heard of the name.
Here, see, we talk. And she's now she's going a little bit over the top because she's, showing procedures and like live streaming them and going on Facebook.
I don't know about live streaming a procedure, but
yeah, I know. I think it's a little bit too far, but she's, and she's talking to the patients along the way. Now, some of them, they don't want to show their face, right? But they're happy to talk about this.
Yeah.
Most of them all, like even the other ones, they all don't show their face, but they all just talk about like their pain in the procedure, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm a facial surgeon only. So it's, I don't do the body stuff like the lipo and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have some video content, I guess, that I've been recording for people. Give me the consent.
Literally just you even giving an idea of who you are. You can see like she's in the office talking about what's going on. She's constantly talking about stuff, right? And this is driving patients for her. But of course, she fits the demographic, woman in the 50s, lives in LA and deals with that kind of crowd.
Yeah.
So it's a little more competitive in her market.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I get what you guys are saying, and definitely on board to make more videos. I've started doing it, but you're right. We don't cross post it. Typically, they just go on Instagram. But
yeah, Instagram, you got 10,000 followers. That's where you have the most power on your social here.
Yeah, but, we boosted some posts there.
Okay.
Yeah, like we say, stories are the big thing. So I would say your before and after pictures and your stories are definitely a great way to increase business.
Yeah, your Instagram's great. But yeah, and boosting's good, but obviously you want to boost only to Tampa.
Yeah, for now. I mean, people are starting to travel for this though.
Yeah.
You can, but for the time being, I think boosting within Tampa is fine. But I don't know. I mean, you're starting to see a lot of people travel to surgeons they kind of vibe with on social media.
My dentist is in Dallas, and I fly to see him in Dallas a few times a year.
There you go. That's a long way to go for a dentist.
For teeth cleaning, yeah. But then again,
proving my point here on your connection, your story here.
Well, here I'll just show you. Like for example, it's Glenn Vo, and full disclosure, he's a client too, and he's a successful dentist. And he has 40,000 dentists that follow him.
Oh wow, that's a lot of them.
Yeah. So and you can see like he's sharing my book. I'm talking about his stuff. I brought Mark. I bring other people in too. Jacob's been.
I think that's where I had my first day, is where we met, was at the
That's
dentist.
right. We met in his office. Yeah. And he likes that. He just loves hanging out. You can see we've done a lot of that stuff with Dr. Vo. And he's explaining, here's what we're doing, and here's what, I brought him in the clubhouse, helped him grow in clubhouse. And we're just recording videos along the way. And so this just kind of humanizes him. Now he's at the point where he doesn't have to go into the office anymore because he's got it fully booked out, and all the other dentists are following his thing on how do you grow your practice, right? Because that's what they all want to do, and be able to not work in the office and eventually sell their practice, which is a whole nother thing to talk about.
Yeah.
But
I'm not there yet.
But you got to get to the point where you're not the one having to do all the procedures.
Yeah.
But the chicken and the egg, unless you're driving up traffic, you can't do that to have a couple other docs come in and expand to go beyond just the face, right? Or fine, stick with just the face, but have another one who does more of the procedures.
Exactly. Yeah.
Usually, and then you get to the point, I'm not sure if you're there yet, but you have someone who just is an appointment setter and they're just screening all the calls and whatever. And then someone who's a closer, and she's going to be paid a lot of money because that's how it is. And then one main surgeon who could be you or someone else. But if then it's someone else, then you don't have to be involved in the practice anymore in the day to day. But there has to be enough volume to justify all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is also, I like what you guys are putting out.
Yeah.
So, where do we go from here? So what were the plans that you had?
There's a couple of them. There's the conversion engine, and this is the one I recommend for you.
Okay.
There's the content engine, and I'm going to show you what the difference is between the two real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So the content engine is you produce these videos, and then we process it in all these different places and run some light boosting, but we're not optimizing towards the actual conversion, like Google Ads, driving to the calls, tracking it all the way through the EHR to see what's going on.
Okay.
It's the lightweight package. It's $1,500 a month. It's just to get going. And some docs will say, you know what, I just want to do this for 90 days. And then I want to step up to the conversion engine. This is $3,500 a month, but this is our main package.
Okay.
Because we will take it all the way through to your Google Ads and tune those ads. And our whole goal is driving not just the calls, but to the booked appointments, all the way through to the tracked patient revenue.
Okay.
So
how do you track it?
We have to, who do you use? Like a patient now or someone, who do you have?
Oh, for my EMR is a
EMR.
Simple Practice.
Okay. So then we have to use their API, or you have to give us a login so we can, because we want to trace all the marketing efforts. We have to trace it all the way through to when we're making money.
Yeah.
If we don't
It's
do
a
that,
closed API, I think.
okay. Well, there's got to be some way where we can get the access, or some way. You put something into the chat.
I just put the link for him in case he wanted to check it out.
Okay. Yeah. There's always some way.
Yeah.
Every EHR has got some way of allowing us to, maybe they allow us to track a referring code, or there's a field for how you hear about us. There's got to be some way. Yeah. Otherwise, how do we know whether we're effective? We have to know if it came from Facebook or they Googled us, or, has to be.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can look into it too.
Yeah. And we understand HIPAA and, the data and that kind of thing. Storage, of data.
Yeah. So what's this package then? Let me see. So it's YouTube, they send videos, Facebook for $1 a day. So you guys do the ads too?
Yep. All you have to do is give us access and make 1-minute videos, and we handle everything else. And as part of it, over time, not all at once, but we will move your website to WordPress, and with no extra charge, but over time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And this is a 3-month package? Like it's $3,500 per month. Is it 3 months, or how long is it?
It's 3 months to start. Give us some time, right? To tune we'll probably get some pretty good results within the first 30 days, but we like to say 90 days just to be able to, under promise and over deliver.
Fair enough. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. Plus we already have a head start because your SEO is pretty good, even though it's spammy what he did, but that's okay. We're going to do real SEO.
Yeah. So now would you shoot these videos and send them to you? Like I have already a few testimonials, which I've shot.
Fantastic.
On my phone,
but I have. And then if you can, it's not critical, but as you gather testimonials, if you can just use a microphone so we can get good sound.
For the patient also, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And anything you have, just use a microphone. It doesn't have to be a fancy microphone. We have ones we recommend, but the number one thing that ruins video is bad audio.
Okay. Yeah,
and you guys have fixed the audio, but even still, No,
I hear you 100%. So, I mean, I'm open to your recommendations. So phone, you said the phone's fine, like an iPhone 13, 14 is fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the phone. I mean, as long as it's an iPhone within the last year or two, so 13 is fine. But if you can also get the DJI mic.
Yeah, if you can. Here, is there a chat on the one? If you use the
Yeah.
chat, that way.
Show you. I know people think it's only for drones, but this one it's good for everything. So it's $300. So just get this mic. Actually, no, wait, is this the whole thing? No, we went the one that's got the box in it. It's got the two mics, $300. Yeah, this one. I'll put the link in here.
DJI mic, and it works well.
Yeah, it works. So the reason why I think this will work especially well for you is that there's here, let me just show you.
I was gonna say you can see Dennis bought it 4 times. That's funny. It says purchase 4 times. I was gonna say I could pull up the clip.
No. I have it right. I have it right here. Okay. Here, let me show you. Okay. So easy, so well built. So this is the main receiver. You have two microphones, you and the patient. Just clip it. And then when you have an iPhone, you have this iPhone, you see this lightning adapter?
Yeah.
This literally just this lightning thing goes into your iPhone like this, and then the receiver just slides in here, and then you're good. Yeah, so you don't have to deal with all the cables. That's why I like this. So you could just keep it like this, and then these two have 20 hours of battery each. And then when this thing is on, it shows you the
Your
levels on both the mics.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Super easy. Yeah, this is the only one I recommend that's under $1,000. Over $1,000, I have other recommendations, but I think it's completely overkill for what we're trying to do here.
Yeah,
And
no.
you don't have to be an AV wizard, or because a lot of docs, they want to do professional video and they hire a videographer and all that. And it's completely unnecessary because that actually backfires, because then it looks like you're doing a TV commercial and then people don't trust it then because they think it's a commercial. They're not going to watch what you have to say.
Who thinks
Okay.
that he's authoritative whenever he's on TV?
Who is
Well,
it?
I have that. So you do, if you do have this, let us know. But like if you see here, so this is like me on TV teaching people to GoDaddy. There's one clip with me arguing with Mark Zuckerberg on CNN in front of a few million people live. That's a fun one. And we've got all the speaking at the big conferences. You name the major media, CNN, NPR. I've been on all of them. Okay.
And I have some of my articles have been cited by those people, like CNN Health. I have.
Okay. Well, it's not showing up.
Yeah, those
Well,
are
I
things
don't have a
we need to
link to
take
it.
advantage of.
$1 a day it, and then do some.
I don't have a link to it.
By linking to it.
I don't know if they would link to it. I mean, this is I have it on my. If you look at my website, there it is. Cosmetic skin fillers down there.
Oh,
Here. Yeah, that's me.
There you are.
okay.
We need to
It's
link back to this from our page.
Would they give it to me though?
Your
I mean, CNN's a big.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this part for you, but okay. So that's good. You're quoted in here. But it's better if you can to be featured where you're the main person. But even if you're quoted, it's still good. Yeah. We can make a media kit for you.
You guys do TikTok also?
I have the #1 best-selling book in social media on Amazon, and it's on TikTok.
You didn't have it on your list of places you boosted. That's why I asked.
Oh, well, we get Google and Facebook right first, and then we move to TikTok. Get the basics, get the foundational ones first. Yeah, we have a whole book on how do you run TikTok ads.
Yeah, I've seen the book. I saw it on the website, but I was just wondering because you didn't mention it on that.
Yeah, well, the thing is that docs will ask for, well, what about Twitter ads? Well, what do you think about threads? And what do you think about okay. Yeah, you're not trying to become Gary Vaynerchuk. So let's get the basics in place. Let's get the Google ads working for, rhinoplasty and facelift and all that. And then we can move. Yeah, but I want to be a YouTuber and I don't have enough followers on Instagram. I'm like, okay, that will come later. But just let's generate patient revenue first on Google and Facebook, which is like 70% of digital marketing is Google and Facebook. So let's get those two right first. Google one.
TikTok hasn't entered. TikTok has the other 30% of the market share, or
TikTok has about half of the remaining market share, and the rest is just randomly split between LinkedIn and Twitter and banner ads from newspapers and like just other Reddit, like all kinds of random stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And another thing that we'll do for you, which we don't list in here, but will help you with your SEO, is that we will give you a contributor profile. This is legit. You can't buy this. You can't comment spam your way here. You have to have the relationships with these sites. You have to either own the sites or have the relationships with these sites to be able to do this. So when you make these 1-minute videos and when you have these other articles, when you're cited in these other places, all this is going to be in here. And then this is a DR74 site. Your site's a DR8. So this is 7 orders of magnitude. This is not 10 times. This is 7 orders of magnitude more powerful, like earthquake Richter scale powerful.
Oh, it's logarithmic.
It's logarithmic. Yeah.
Not to mention, Dr. Ray, is all the video that you do create can be turned into different articles and posted on these different sites that also have high power. So it's definitely something that we need to take advantage of.
That's very good information.
This is another site, as you can see, it's a DR74. It's got 4.5 million legitimate links coming in, and it's #1 on free ebooks. You type in free ebooks, we rank #1. And there's lots and lots of free ebooks here. This is our site. This is not a site that we spam. This is our site. So we control it. And we can take, if you answer a bunch of these video questions, we'll transcribe them, use ChatGPT to enhance it. That's a legitimate way to do it, and then turn it into a book. Then we will publish your book here and link to you from here in a legitimate way. And we'll write blogs about it that link to you in a legitimate way.
Okay. Okay. No,
Yeah.
that all makes sense.
And so, because you can see the authority level is off the charts here. You could ask your SEO person, if your SEO person's watching this,
No, he's not.
ask, what is the power of having sites like this where we link legitimately? Now, this book is the this site's the #1 free ebook site on the internet. So when we take your knowledge and then remember we said the third phase is repurposing it, so we can live in multiple places here.
Mhm.
The book can be another thing. So you're producing all this content, then we're going to process it in a certain way. So it's not just on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. It can be TikTok. It can be an ebook or whatnot. You don't have to put any extra effort because we're just, the whole like Mexican food analogy.
No.
So you have beans, cheese, rice, ground beef, tomatoes,
Yeah.
and that same set of ingredients can be a taco, an enchilada, a chalupa, a gordita, a tostada, a whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So repackaging your content into, you don't have to worry about all the different social medias because all you have in the box. You're not trying to become a YouTube influencer. You just want more patience, plastic surgery for the face, and all the things that you can do with the face. Okay,
That's
great.
good. So 1 minute video is the key. It sounds like, making these short.
Yeah.
You don't want it too long.
You give us that, and then we will fix these other components you don't have to mess with. We will make all the derivative content, and then anything. It's not like we're generating new content. We're just taking what you said. So if you don't like what you said, that's what you said, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Instagram. Do you have my Instagram up, or it's public, so it's easy to access.
Yeah.
I just want to ask about one thing, like for the videos. So let me see. The last video I did, which would be that one, under eye filler versus surgery. So, for example, that video, I had, some, what's it called? Fiverr person edit it and do like the, put those
That's
images.
fine. Yeah.
Is that what you guys want, or just want the raw content without that stuff?
I mean, if you want to do the Fiverr thing, that's good too. We do that kind of thing as well. We have a different technique on how we like to edit. This works.
Okay.
It's not super professional, but it's perfectly fine. I would just, a couple things like this is good where you're explaining this, but you don't want to do this whole like, hashtag spam thing. That's not good.
Really?
That's just straight up spamming. Yeah.
Everyone, yeah. I just see other plastic surgeons do it.
They're idiots too, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's wrong. This did used to work years ago, and people, it worked initially on TikTok and it worked on Twitter, but it doesn't work anymore.
Doesn't drive traffic to them.
No, because it's like, why would anybody want to look at this, right?
That's me getting Botox.
Okay, cool. We like Groupon, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, 10 units for $100. I know it drives low quality patients, but you can upsell them to all sorts of things if you have a good closer. Yeah. If you had a good injector can also be a good closer too.
I'm the one who does the injecting. No, man, that's all interesting. I think you guys, put forth a lot of good information.
Yeah, everything that we've talked about here, we've published.
Yeah.
All the techniques we're talking about, this is not like something we've made up or something that we think's a good idea. Like we do it over and over and over again. It's the same thing. Just like you do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. So what's the next step?
Next step is get going on the conversion engine package, blitzmetrics.com/CEP. And then we have a whole onboarding process that we go through.
Okay, so is there a specific place I do it, or?
Yeah, just come here to blitzmetrics.com/CEP. And Jacob will be your account manager. So he's the one in charge. We're setting up a Basecamp project. That's where we do project management. We do recommend if you have some other person who can be kind of your day-to-day operations, marketing kind of person, just to handle the little details along the way.
Okay.
That way your involvement will just be making 1-minute videos, and then Jacob will coach you.
Okay.
And I'm here as tech support.
Okay. So then
we have a team of VAs that do all kinds of stuff as well, as you'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll leave that up to you. You guys have your process, and as long as it works, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all right. That's good. So I'll go on there, and then I guess Jacob, you'll know. I'm sure there's a place for me to put the company name, so you'll know that's our company.
Yeah, basically there's a whole fill out sheet. It gives you a couple different forms to submit, just some information that we want to obtain from you as we as we onboard.
Okay.
If you find that there is a lot of stuff we want in the beginning, but it is part of it to have, a good setup and a foundation. But if you have an office manager or someone else that you want to gather a lot of this, then this is a good opportunity to bring her in or him in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. Well, we have people do it. And then, I see if you scroll down, so you have digital plumbing, Facebook Pixel, we have that.
You have the Pixel, but it doesn't seem like it's driving any traffic, but there's other things that we'll do.
I mean, we've tried what's it called? Remarketing. And for health, they're very strict on.
They are.
A lot of ads have been rejected for, like, I know on Google, they reject us every time we try to retarget people.
My guess is because you have a lot of the before and afters. That's an instant way to get rejected.
Hey, I mean, we might need to do a landing page for that then, separate from the website.
Yeah, different ways to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, that sounds good. So, and then I've seen your 3x3, like some personal stuff. What is it? The who, the how, the why.
Why, how, what? Yep. Yeah, it's good. That's good. You're learning our framework. I like that.
What was it again? The who, the what, why, and the how?
The why, how, and what. Yeah.
Why, how, and then what.
So the why is the initial story about who you are, it builds authority, who you're associated with. How is that's when you're answering all these questions and showing your knowledge. And the what is contact us for a consultation.
Okay.
Call to action.
I like that one analogy you had. I think it was you who said it. Is like if you directly go to the what, it's like trying to get a one-night stand out of a girl as opposed to dating her. Yeah. Is that you who said it?
Exactly. Yeah. That's one of my favorite analogies.
Dennis and his references, man.
But some women get offended because they say, well, I don't like you making this, hooker analogy. Like, okay, well.
Not a hooker. I mean, it clicks though. It's examples it's what you remember, right? It's what I try to tell patients, give them examples. It's what, people remember examples. You remember stories, you don't remember.
Yeah. And you build trust, right? People want to know that the person they're dealing with is credible. Yeah. Like if I just went on YouTube and I watched a bunch of plastic surgery videos and then I opened up, some new plastic surgery center like that, I'll go out of business immediately because I wouldn't know what I'm doing. I haven't demonstrated a list of patients that I've done this for. And, you have to have referrals. What's that?
Our Google reviews are at 45 now, which is, for plastic surgeons in the area, we're okay. We're a little bit lower than the guys who've been here a while, but not too much, not too much lower. We
care about your review frequency. So it's not the 46 or 45 Google reviews and the one on Facebook. It's how many in the last 2 months.
Okay. So that matters.
Review frequency counts more than total number of reviews. Because you could have those reviews, years and years ago. It doesn't count as much anymore.
Okay.
We had none in the last 6 months. So that's not good.
I've had a few in the last 6 months.
Okay. Maybe we got to run the scan again, but
So they had blocked a few, which they actually released recently.
Okay.
But I think a bunch of them actually, at least 5, 6 in the last 6 months.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess there are some here. I don't know. We got to figure out where. But anyway, you've only had a couple in the last few months. So we need to get more. I know it's harder to get reviews, but there's different ways to do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm open to suggestions that you guys have for getting them. I just ask them straight up myself.
Yeah. It's especially like the injector or the girl at the front desk, when they're checking out and they've had a good experience, you have them say, hey, part of my compensation is based on getting reviews on Google. If you give me your phone, I'll show you how. That's the phrase to use. If you give me your phone. And so then they just hand over the phone and then they go, because the biggest problem is they don't know how to, it's super simple, but they don't know how to get to the URL and then write the review.
100%, or they're not logged into Google and they'll click on it.
Yeah. So that when they're right there, the front office girls, if you give me your phone, I'll show you how, and then writes the review right there.
Yeah.
That easy.
I mentioned you could take advantage of like a QR code or something that you had if you wanted to do that. Or I've seen work, Dennis, in the past, like we mentioned, with promotional codes, like $20 off, depending on the procedure, $100 off, or this or something like that, just to give people an incentive to do it.
Pay your staff $20 for every review they can get. And a lot of docs will say, well, I can't do that. That's incentivizing reviews. No, you can't pay the patient for the review, but you can pay the staff member.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's part of their job.
Yeah. But when you incentivize it, then we've tried this before, incentivized versus not. When the staff member gets the $20, they do more of them. They just do. You'll find out. Try it without the incentive. You'll get more reviews when you put the incentive out.
Yeah. No, I believe I will definitely incorporate that.
Yeah. And then that is technically doing SEO. We're not doing SEO. We're just taking care of patients and trying to get them to talk about us. And like technically, I guess everything we're talking about here is SEO if you look at it that way, right?
Yeah, and hopefully they will mention the procedure in their review, because sometimes they don't mention the procedure, and then
We want them to mention the procedure and the city.
oh, okay. So we ask them for that also. We haven't, and then they just say surgery, which is vague.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And if they say like, yeah, I live in Clearwater and I got a rhinoplasty. Okay. Good.
Okay, good. I like that. That's good advice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I mean,
Lots more advice we can give you, and then your people, we can put them through our training as well on what to do. And we have our whole academy, and we'll make recommendations on which things. There's 137 courses in here, so there's a lot more than even like digital plumbing. You don't need to know this, but it's good to know that when we implement this, this is what we're doing. We're not just randomly doing stuff, right? Dollar a day. We have a whole technique behind how we do that.
Who are these courses designed for?
Some of them are for the business owner. Some are for people like Jacob that are managing clients. Some are for VAs. Some are for, there's a mix.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have a different listing depending on the role that you're in. So that way you don't have to do stuff that's not your thing, because there's a lot here. Yeah. But every aspect of digital marketing, we have courses on.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Pending the approval and the proceeding with one of the retainers, I guess, one of these courses that I would recommend, about the only one to start, would be our 1 minute video, or the 15-second video course. Get the initial checklist, and that way you kind of have an idea of what kind of things to do in these videos that we make.
But we'll give you feedback along the way as you start to make your first batch of videos. So my biggest feedback is just make a batch of videos. Just spend like 10 minutes making like 5 or 6 videos. Give that to us. We'll give you feedback. What you don't want to do is like make a whole bunch of videos, then give it to us. And then when there's like something wrong, and let us.
Okay.
100%.
Right. I like your Google Photos idea. I mean, I'm open to doing that.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's an easy way to minimize,
Yeah, the whole friction of trying to coordinate sharing files, and just that becomes a pain.
Yeah, no, that's fine with me.
Cool.
All right, guys. I mean, pretty conversation. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for your help. It's been pretty good. I like what you guys are doing.
Yeah, decided to start kicking butt for you, and then hopefully we can see you in Tampa in person.
Yeah, absolutely. What were you doing here? Just business, conference, or
both? Yeah. We got a friend who lives in Tampa, and I speak at conferences all the time. And some of the agencies, we coach a lot of agencies too, but we also operate several agencies as a way to demonstrate that we know what we're doing. Some of the largest agency owners, like Danny Barrera of Concrete Marketing Crew, he's in Tampa. Tony Ricketts of Lawnline Marketing is also in Tampa.
Okay.
Rudy Mauer's in Clearwater.
Who's he with?
I
think in our industry, Studio 3 has a pretty big reputation. Studio 3 Marketing, I think that's what they're called. Yeah. Have you heard of them? There were a lot of my colleagues use them.
There are a lot of internet marketers in Tampa. Oddly, I don't know why that is, but there are.
I think after COVID, a lot of people came out here.
Yeah, but a lot of the Tampa people are going to Miami.
Really, Miami's very expensive. Miami's becoming like California prices.
I know, it's backwards.
All right, guys. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and do that thing on the. I know where to find it now, and then we'll get going from there.
Cool, awesome. Well, you'll see us in base camp.
Guys, I appreciate the time you guys took and all the analysis you did. It's, pretty informative, and it's good data.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Hani. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely, you guys have a good rest of the day.
All right, take care.
Dr. Reyes.